Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the latest from Giovanni, Antonini, and Il Giardino Armonico in their Haydn cycle, number 19, subtitled Trauer, or Mourning, as in Mourning, suffering, death, despair. Well, that's sort of what this is about. And consolation, yes, there's some of that. You get symphonies number 52, 44, and what they call 108, which is actually Symphony B, one of those really early ones that only popped up much later. There's A and B, and this is B. And then we've got strange couplings for reasons I don't understand. Arvo Pärt's Da Pacem Domine and Samuel Scheidt's Paduana Dolorosa from his Ludi Musici Prima Pars. I mean, they obviously did some thought. I'm not quite sure why or what the result of that thought is musically, but they thought. Most of these recordings have interesting couplings, some more interesting than others. I personally think that 3 Haydn symphonies is enough. I don't see how these things relate to it, other than the fact that they're sort of sad. But, the Haydn Symphony 52 and 44 are 2 of his greatest Sturm and Drang pieces. 52 may be the greatest of them all. It's an amazing symphony. Absolutely fabulous and exciting. And it doesn't have a title, so nobody ever hears it. But it's really powerful. And it would sound amazing on a nice, big, juicy, modern orchestra, which this is not. But I have to say, in all honesty, that Il Giardino Armonico sounds really good in this particular outing. The strings are always too small and always too thin, but they play really well. They're in tune. They don't seem to be lacking warmth, which sometimes is synonymous with vibrato, and sometimes it's just a function of the acoustic. But here they sound pretty good, and that's a big thing because he takes all the repeats and the slow movements, and if you're going to do that, they get to be rather long, and they're almost entirely for strings. Symphony number 44 is remarkable, and also in many ways. 52 is just incredibly intense, especially the finale. Oh, wow, yeah, with its minor key ending. But number 44 has a finale also that has always fascinated me because of a rhythmic quirk in its opening theme. It's based on a 7-note motive, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. And it begins with da 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 dum, da 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 dum. Well, actually, that finale begins on an upbeat. In other words, the stress is the 2nd note. But when you play it the way Haydn wrote it, I think you could do da 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 da. That's how it sounds on the repeat, but not when you first hear it. When you first hear it, you don't know that it's actually an upbeat. Everything is just marked forte, so you play everything with equal stress. So there's a difference between bum 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 and bum 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 ba-dum. It's exactly the same motive, but the rhythm's different. The accent is different, and the first time that it gets played, you hear it with even stress on all the notes. And the second time it gets played, you must play the first note as a downbeat because that's how the measures count out. It ends with 2 beats. And so the 3rd beat is the repeat. Da, 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 like that. So it's going to sound different on the repeat. And I just find that amazing. It took me forever to figure that out because I was trying to listen to it until I had the score. But listen to it for yourself. You'll be, I think, quite tickled by the way it goes. But anyway, the performances are fast and intense, but not relentless. The slow movements breathe. Haydn wanted the slow movement of number 44 to be played at his funeral, he said. And I can understand why. It's not sad. It's in a major key. It's almost dance-like in places. But when the woodwinds come in, at the end of the major thematic major sections. It's in the transition, actually, between the first subject and the second subject. It's a sonata form movement. the music just opens up in this warm, I can't even explain it. It's such a wonderful moment, and so consoling and heartfelt. It's just gorgeous, and it's one of the symphonies that also that Pierre Baillot, I believe, who wrote The Art of the Violin and all that stuff, suggested should be played with a really large string section. And I wish we could hear these symphonies played in normal concerts with normal forces, because all of Haydn's music has a certain bigness of sonority built in. The forms aren't huge, the length isn't huge. I mean, they don't go on and on forever. But the contrasts are huge. And if you could do it that way, I know they would just make a fabulous impression. Anyway, so these are very good performances. Number 108, A, or B, pardon me, is B. Is lively and fun, and it's early Haydn from like the 1750s or early 60s or somewhere in there. And it's one of the better releases. It really is in this series. Now, the couplings. Pärt, da Pacem Domine. Well, it's Arvo Pärt. And they play it like Samuel Scheidt, who was, from like 15-something to early 16-something. These are sort of austere, sad, introverted works. I suppose if you're going to play the entire disc at a sitting, which I don't recommend, these are very intense symphonies. I think they're best taken one at a time, except for B, of course, which is sort of an encore to the whole program. I think it's best to listen to them individually and enjoy them on that basis. So I'm not sure what the point is of these other things, but they're there and they're well done, and I guess they make the whole thing seem like really profound and thoughtful and deep, even if it doesn't make any sense musically. And the sound is terrific, and it's on the whole a beautiful release. So give it a shot. If you're collecting this, you'll be quite happy. And if you're not, well, you get two really great Sturm and Drang symphonies that are well worth having individually. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.